Hey guys, welcome back to another Saga Battle Report. It's going to be from the tournament that I ran at my local club. There's only 8 of us in it. We did 4 games over the day, and I'll just go through that. But in the background here you'll see a flash of lightning that we managed to catch on the camera. I've been quiet recently. Back along we had a big thunderstorm and wiped out our telephone line. And I've got a quick video of it coming up because we actually record it when it happens. Apologies for the language. That's my missus's mouth. It's terrible. I'll talk to you later.
I think it's easy enough. Maybe.
You alright?
Fucking hell, sorry. That hit the fucking garden.
So there you go, a big flash of lightning. Scared the crap out of us at the time, I'll tell you. And lightning went on for a good hour anyway, but the telegraph pole was split and the phone line went down, including melting most of the line in the house, and the neighbours' carpet scorched, bits of the telephone was blown out, so yeah, it was a pretty good hit. But anyway, back to the game. It's my Welsh up against the Vikings, and we'll have a quick look through the list. This game is Crossing the Bridge, or Battle of the Ford, and it's conquer points at the other side of the opponent's side of the river, and there's bonus points allowed for slaughter points caused by killing an opponent on the bridge. So with setup, we see there on the opponent's side, he's got the guys with spears are his warriors. So we've got 8 warriors, 8 Hearthguard, his warlord, and 12 levy with bow. And on the other side of the bridge, he's got another 8 warriors and his 4 berserkers in behind there. In the trees there, I've got my 12 levy with bow and 8 of my warriors. They have javelins. And on my left hand side I've got my priest in behind the woods there, praying for 6s, and then I've got my warlord with his warriors behind him, and my Hearthguard over to the left hand side there. So my opponent gets first turn and moves up as you see there. He's also got his defensive abilities down, which is probably, I think, Asgard and one of the others. One of them turns your shooting into a movement, and I think the other one gives them +1 armor against being shot at. In my turn, thanks to a couple of 6s, I move up all my warriors and levy, get my levy up to start plinking off at some of these warriors coming in, hopefully get some shots at the berserkers. In the centre there, I push right up with my warriors in the attempt to do some damage. Nothing comes of it, I don't believe, and I get chased back in a minute. I've still got hit and run on, so when he activates, I'll be running away there. So yes, he activates his levy with bow, I run away, but unfortunately this isn't my cavalry force or my Bretons, and I'm still in bow range. So, yep, I lose one of my chaps there to his bow, and the rest of his turn just spent moving up as you see. So I start opening fire, trying to get rid of the screen here that's protecting his Huskarls, his berserkers. It's just a second round of shooting. And that was all I did in my turn, and in my opponent's turn he dashes across the bridge there to engage my archers. And he does a few casualties, I think I lose 3 there, and 1 off him. And I believe he uses Thor, whichever one, it allows him to have another round of combat. Or was it Ulla? No, I think Ulla's the rerolls. Anyway, he got another round of combat and does a couple more in mine. And that's at the end of the turn. Runs. It doesn't look like it lost any more levy. I remove them after this shot. Let's take this shot first and then remove them. I've missed you a photo or two here because somehow they've become corrupted. But anyway, what basically happens here is I run up in my turn and start throwing some javelins at his berserkers, but only managed to kill 1 off, and then quickly dash away. My opponent is determined to push back my levy and has another go at them with his warriors. Looking at the numbers from the previous picture I mentioned, I've got casualties. Those skulls must have been there from the previous shot. Seems I only lost 1 in the meantime. So yeah, he causes another 3 and drives him back further into the woods. And at the end of this turn, he's looking something like that. So he's not really pushing the other bridge at the moment, and I'm not too fussed. I'm going to try and cause as much damage. If I can get rid of his berserkers and his warriors, I then have quite an easy run over the narrow bridge here, and I can see what I can do later. As expected, I ran up there with my warriors and just hurled a bunch of javelins at his berserkers and wipe them out. This is it during my opponent's turn. In the meantime, I'd run over there with my warriors to start crossing the bridge. And down here in the woods, he's pushing again to try and get rid of my levy. He's really putting the effort in. I think it was a bit of a risk, really. I mean, I know he could get shot at and that. But at the moment, he's got a scoring unit. If he loses anyone, he's no longer a scoring unit. And all he's really chasing off is 5 levy. I mean, it's not going to drop any saga or anything for it. And yeah, painful combat there, because I think I had, 3 attacks. I managed to take out 2 of them. He managed to take out 3 of mine. And what surprised me even more, he even went for a second attack on this one. So yeah, finished off all my levy, but unfortunately now he's got a non-scoring unit in the woods here. If I don't mention him again, he basically hides back in the woods just to make sure he's got an extra saga dice. So we're looking something like this. In my turn, I'd moved across the bridge, threw a couple of javelins to try and kill some of these poxy archers off. And in my opponent's turn, he then just charges the archers into my guys, which I was a bit surprised about. There you go. And I lose 2 and take out 4 of his. And some javelin throwing there for mine. Must be back onto my turn. I actually kill 1 more off. And as you can see now, the warlord of the Vikings is now going to start running down to the river to try and drive off my warriors that have crossed over. And he's also being followed by his Hearthguard, which means that I'm now going to push up to this bridge with both my warriors and my Hearthguard. Hopefully some damage and just try and run across really and get the points. Some more shooting, picks off another one. I'm starting to panic now. 2 more casualties and I'll be no longer a scoring unit. And he shoots again. Yeah, I'm down to 4 now. And he's just stormed down there with his warlord as well, getting ready to chase these 4 guys off. They really need to survive, but on the top there, my Hearthguard and my warlord is about ready to cross the bridge, I think, now. And yeah, we came to the last couple of rounds. The time was called, and this is how it looked. I'd managed to cross the bridge there, and his warlord actually went into my 4 warriors and managed to fluff his attacks, and my warriors survived. At the top, my javelin men managed to throw some javelins, but didn't actually quite get across. Managed to kill 4 of the Hearthguard off. My warlord also throwing some javelins, and that's how it ended, really. I was just scraped a win there, with 2 points for a warrior unit. But my God, that was hard work. I'm really missing any kind of punch with this list. There's no real offensive ability, you know. I can make that knockout blow, nor is it that you've got a defensive ability. In fact, nothing at all, no defense dice or anything when it comes to combat. So, yeah, it was one win for me, and a kick in the arse for the Vikings. So we're down to just 3 more videos now before I will give this prize away. It will be given away on prize 40. I'll basically just mention in the comments hail, and I expect a reply of Ragnar, and I'll take the first top group of them there and roll a dice, and one of you will just be sent to these. So you've got the Saga book, including the 4 battle boards. So that's the Welsh, the Anglo-Danes, the Vikings and Normans. I've also got some Viking dice with it. I've got some Crusader dice, and I've got 4 of my ex-berserkers that I've painted up there for it. And the rulebook and dice, that's all thanks to Griffin Beast, many thanks to them.